Yo, this is Corey.
What's up, it's Jahi.
And this is Jordan, and you're now
Tapped in to Fatherhood Forward. Before we dive into today's episode, we want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors of this video, Platinum Party Planners.
you already know they one of the best sponsors around. They specialize in birthdays, weddings, baby showers, corporate events, and they even do treats.
And they hit.
That's a fact. So y'all see this beautiful furniture that we have on set today.
Facts.
It's courtesy of Platinum Party Planners. So shout out to the ladies over there.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to the Platinum Party Planners. You already know they're going to make your event shine every time.
Bling. Blow. Let's get it.
What is up, everybody?
Yo. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
We are back for yet another installment of what we call Dad Stories.
Yes, sir.
And today, we have another father. Jordan, can you introduce our guest, please?
I got you, man. It's crazy to say that me and this dude met on Xbox like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, we met on Xbox, and now I could call this nigga like my brother, dog. One of my closest friends in my friend group, man. I can call on him for any advice, anytime. So, great dad, great friend, great supporter of the show. We welcome.
Oh, don't get the lion. Don't try to make me sound good.
We welcome to the show Saafir, but I call him Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he will go by.
Yes,
Gotcha.
sir. Appreciate y'all for having me though.
No problem. Yeah, welcome to the pod, man. Thank you for taking the necessary steps to get on here the right way.
No problem, absolutely.
So we're excited for this conversation. Corey, can you kick the weather report off?
Yeah, so as I'm sure you know, Saafir, we start every episode with a weather report. We just kind of based off like where we at in our mind today. Not really like what the weather is outside today, but what the weather is in your mind. So like I'll go first. It's a good day in my world. So I'm gonna say it's sunny. Feeling very blessed to be here. Thankful. I ain't got no complaints right now. The sun is out, shining. It feel good. It's probably like 85 degrees. I don't like it too hot. I think 85 is cool with a nice little breeze too. Wind going like 10 miles per hour.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. How your toes
nice
out?
Breeze.
You know what I mean. I like that. I don't like to get the sweat in this stuff. Too much perspiration. Ain't feeling it. Put me in the house.
All right. So with that being said, Saafir, you can go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, like Jordy said already, I've been playing Xbox with this guy for about 10 years. It all started from one invite to a nice little function we had, coming to meet him and the whole Delaware crew in person, and practically didn't leave ever since, you know. He's definitely became one of my closest friends. He's seen me in my highest moments and my lowest moments. All right, boy. And, he's been around since before he was a thought, so you see him coming to fruition.
Nice.
Just get past your weather report. How you doing?
Your weather report, yeah.
It's about 85 degrees, hot. You know, I'm a big guy, so I got the arms out right now. Sweating. I'm hot, trying to stay cool. It's not really working. Got a 3-year-old jumping all over me, so it's sweat time over here. We on go time.
I would say I'm doing pretty good today, man. It's Easter Sunday. Blessed to be here.
Happy Easter.
Ready to eat some good food later on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good day out here, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful outside. Sun is shining. Family's doing a lot better. I'm about to it's Easter. I'm about to hop on the grill, get right. I'm good, bro. We like 83, 85. It get a little musty, 85.
Yeah, that's a little musty weather right there.
when the breeze is going though, like, you know what I mean, it feel good.
You rarely gonna have 85 and 10 miles per hour wind. Where are we at the beach?
In my world, man. We in my world.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm just thinking, where would I be at? Atlantic City for sure. Windy as hell.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it. Saafir, wherever you want to start, man. Where did your fatherhood journey begin, and how is it going now?
Oh wow. My fatherhood journey started when I was 18. Actually, just finishing
Mm,
up high school. I had my first son. He's 12 now. He's located in Jacksonville. He's there with his mom at the moment. He'll be coming back down in a few weeks. But I actually fly out to surprise him on Monday. So, um,
nice.
Nice.
my journey, like I said, I know my journey started young, and it definitely had its ups and downs and its challenges. But I'm grateful for it. That's the one thing I always tell everybody. I'm grateful for my father's journey because I wouldn't be the man that I am in a positive light if it wasn't for my son. You know, they say when you have kids, it changes you, and that's the truest thing anybody ever said. It changed me for the better, and ever since then, I've just been on a better path for my life.
That's what's up,
Nice.
man.
So having a kid at
So,
18, what did that do to your mental?
Oh man, well, when I was told that we was expecting, it was definitely a shock. Everything's kind of faded out. I felt like everybody was trying to position it like it was going to be life changing, and you're never going to have any free time, and your whole life becomes about this one person. And to some extent, that's true, but that's just noise, man. Parenthood isn't as scary as people make it seem to be. It's really not. Like the horror show, or you're just being so controlled. I hated that narrative that people love to paint to new fathers and new mothers that your whole life becomes about. It's really not that. You just have to adjust a lot of things. And being young, I wasn't mentally ready to accept that until he got here. And then I seen, okay, some things have to change. And then you start to make those changes. And then you see life is changing, but in all good ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's not at all the horror show that a lot of people like to paint parenthood to be.
mm,
Yeah. So
mm.
having kids like 9 years apart, like how did you see any difference, like as far as like your mindset then, like when you first found out versus your mindset now? Yeah, you already got the experience, but like did you take any different approaches there?
Oh, absolutely, man. Well, I can say that neither one exactly were planned.
Mm-hmm.
However, knowing what to expect for the second one to some degree is a little bit more comforting. But however, I gotta say, for my personal struggles, um, it's really not the same. I had my first son, Aiden is his name, when I was younger, and like I said, it's a typical fatherhood story. Young man coming into adulthood, trying to figure out his life with a son. Nothing special, right? But my second son, uh, he's a head case. Not gonna lie, Jordy, you hear me yelling at this boy all of the time as y'all hear him in the background going crazy, standing, trying not to jump out of the window. Yeah, he's a different case. But this was actually a start of a journey I'd never seen or like even thought I would be in. My son has special needs,
Mm-hmm.
so coming into that was my big like coming into acceptance with that was my biggest struggle because I don't know if anybody is familiar with the signs or familiar with their children being on the spectrum here, but that could be any parent's biggest, I don't want to say nightmare, but their biggest phobia, something that's just hard for them to come to terms with. And for a
Mm-hmm.
while, it was for me. But once you just finally accept it and start to take the help and move forward in the process and take the steps that it takes to, help your child out, it becomes a lot easier. So that's
For
what we're
sure.
working with now. Man. We're just building it and taking them steps to see how, what his needs are and what specialties we can get for him.
Mm-hmm. Respect.
I
I,
don't want to. I don't want to jump. Excuse me, Corey. I don't want to jump past the fact that you had your first child at 18. Um, like that's scary. If I found out I had a child at 18, bro, and for real, my personal life circumstances, I was kind of close. I was close.
I was about to say, nigga, 'cause
But I can only think how that probably could have changed me today and probably made me a better parent. But when you in the moment, right? What does it feel like for you going and growing through it even before the child gets here? Because you got the moments where like she's getting bigger and she's getting bigger and then the baby comes out and then you're in the room and then you're raising a child and you still a child, you're still growing, you don't even know who you are fully in that moment. um what does that feel like from not beginning to end, but like what were the challenges along that way in that period of growing and developing to be a father and then growing into be a young man too?
That's actually a really good question, man. And like you said, I was still a child, legal in age, but still a child at the heart, still a child in the mind. I wasn't really ready in accepting the fact that my oldest son was on the way. And that, I mean, that's just to be real with you. I was still playing all the way up until he came out. Like I know you see your woman getting bigger and you're at these doctor's appointments, but in the moment you're telling yourself, man, I got 9 months. You never
Mm-hmm.
know what could happen.
Yeah.
You got 9 months. And in the grand scheme of things, we all know now 9 months is really not a long time. But back then, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'll get my stuff together. I was playing. I ain't gonna lie, I was bullshitting around. And till the moment I watched them come out. So being in the moment, going through the whole process was struggling to accept that this is where my life was headed. And all of that changed the moment, you look at your kid for the first time and you watch your baby boy, baby girl come into this world.
Hmm.
Mm.
facts.
So you
Yeah,
And
I
really, that
did.
9 months ain't even 9 months either, because you don't
Nah.
find out on day one. Like,
Oh,
you
Right.
yep,
probably finding out you got like 7, 6 months to
seven
go.
months.
Like,
Yeah.
yep.
That's a fact. That's
This
a
is
facts.
true.
fact.
We didn't find out until she was 9 weeks. So you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's not full 9 months, really.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy because you got that gray area period where like the woman be in denial, like she probably be knowing she be pregnant, and then she come to terms that she actually pregnant. Then she got that little window where she has to tell you or not, and
Yes,
that
we gonna do this
takes
or
some
what?
time. Yo,
Yep,
that's-
yep.
Because we,
Well, I don't know about that, man. Because as soon as my son's mom found out, her mom called me over. Like,
oh
get your
damn.
ass here now. We got to talk. I was in trouble, boy.
What's
Called
what's
me and my
what's
mom
what
down there at the
son
same
was
time.
that? That
My
was your
oldest,
oldest.
my oldest.
Okay.
Yeah,
How was
okay.
that
yeah.
conversation?
Right.
Ooh, I got my ass beat outside in front of the mall. It was
Uh-oh.
great, man. What? That was,
Jesus.
yeah,
Wait,
it
so
was
you
bad. It
found out? You found out from the parents?
You ain't find
I
out
found
from
out.
her.
We all found out at the same time. So
Oh.
Uh,
whatever happened with my son's mom and her mom, they were having a discussion that day. She made her take a test.
Mm.
I get a call. I'm with my mom. Her
Mm.
mom is on the phone yelling at me, telling me I gotta come over. My mom's, who are you talking to? I'm not trying to say nothing. So, my mom is being
Mm.
nervous. Now, she
no.
want to know who I'm talking to. We all get called over. Yeah, you got to come up to my job. We got to talk. My mom found out and
Yo.
tried to cut my ears together.
Oh my god.
Yo.
No, that
That
might
shit
be the
was a movie.
craziest story I heard. Like,
Oh, yeah.
might be the-
All pregnancy discovery stories are not happy endings. I can tell you that much.
nah, that might be. That's definitely top two
Boy, my
craziest.
heart would have been in my ass.
It was.
Yeah.
And I took every hit. Like, I deserve it. I don't even care. Beat me down, mom. I don't care. Take me out, please.
Mm. Damn. Well, well, you hear it now. So with you being 30 years old, you have 12 plus years of experience of being a father. Um, how are how has the journey been for you now? Like you said, you mentioned your youngest child. You're working with him to grow through his challenges. Um, what would you say? How would you summarize how fatherhood or how is it being a father today compared to then?
Today, being a father today versus being a father when I was 18. Um, that's actually a really good question. If I could put it into simplest terms, today being a father, I'm learning more so about patience, patience and accepting. Um, yeah, that's what this voice teach me. Being more patient,
Mm.
being more accepting to things that you might not want to acknowledge or take heed to. But the moment that you do, that's when you find out that the journey moves along a lot smoother. Um,
Mm.
and the main thing when I first was becoming a father, I will say, was maturing and doing better and acknowledging that now I have somebody always looking up to me and somebody wanting to emulate my every step. So now I
Mm-hmm.
want to be the best role model for him that I didn't necessarily have. You know what I mean? So that was my main goal coming into fatherhood versus fatherhood today.
Nice.
Again,
Facts.
it's acceptance and patience, boy. No matter how many times I tell him to stop nose diving into the bed, he's gonna keep doing it.
Facts.
So
Nah.
how's your long distance parenting journey going?
It's challenging. It is challenging because, as we spoke about, there's things that happen that if you were closer, you would feel like you have a hand in, you can more so control, versus you're, 5,000 miles away, so you can't really do anything. And then, you get a call from the mom when your son's acting up and she wants you to parent through a phone. It's like, I can't call and be the bad guy while not
Right.
being able to be there, and you know what I mean. So it's definitely got its challenges as well. But having my son being old enough for us to have our core relationship and him actually listen to me, so we have real conversations to where I feel like I get through to him. He understands. He listens to me, and at the end of the day, yeah, he knows what it is, man. He knows I'm his dad, and we don't tolerate nonsense. You know what I mean? You got to instill that
Mm-hmm.
at a young age. So again, there's always going to be challenges, but it all depends on how you rear them at an early age. So my son's
Mm-hmm.
huge. When I speak, you listen, and this doesn't even have to be a physical thing. We don't beat these boys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a softy heart. I talk a lot of trash, but I don't beat these boys. So we just gotta raise our voice a little bit. Growing up with a dad, you just gotta raise your voice a little bit.
Yeah,
These kids get scared.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You know what I
that's right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my boy, he absolutely idolizes the things that I say, and he listens, and I love that for me.
That's what's up, man.
Nice. Nice. Um, Corey, I thought you was about to say something because we know how it go down over there.
Oh yeah, I'm putting hand to ass, bro. My son gotta learn early, and it's not
This is
like
my
it's
first
like an
time for sure. I
everyday
gotta go.
thing.
Oh,
It's
that's
not like it's
wrong.
an everyday thing, but my son, man, he got a hard head, and he get it from me. Um,
Mm.
I'm a kind of person that you could tell me that the fire hot, but if I got it in my mind, like, nah, I can beat this fire. I'm gonna try to tackle it.
Mm.
Oh,
And sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but I feel like yeah, I could let him do that, but because I know you know what I mean, the outcome of a lot of things, and he don't like to listen. I gotta try to get him to listen sometimes, and sometimes it might involve me tapping that leg a little bit.
hmm
mm-hmm.
I get
Listen,
it.
nothing's wrong with that. Again, like I said, I'm just a big. I don't do it for me. I be feeling
Yeah, I
bad. I'm a big
understand.
softy. My kid gonna start crying, and I'm gonna start crying, and we hold each other crying because what I did, I'm sorry. I can't lie.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
a
get me
soft
wrong.
dad.
Yeah, I be feeling real bad afterwards, and he get me like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's so funny because like he getting way smarter now. I think he's learning like subconsciously. I think he's learning manipulation, bro. Like this little
Oh,
dude. The first time he did it, we was at the store, and it was me, Stephanie, his mom, and Saint and Sincere. Sincere's my oldest. So I park. I'm always the one. If I'm leaving them in the car, I'm the one running the store. So I park. I'm like, all right, yo, I'm gonna run in real quick. I'm fast. Boom, boom, boom. He's like, Daddy, can I come with you, please? I love you. Please, just let me come with you. I'm like, when the hell you start saying this? Now, anytime that he trying to get what he want, Daddy, I love you.
He throw the
Please,
love
like,
bird in there. Oh
yeah. I'm
no.
like, yo, where'd you learn this at? Like,
Nah.
yo,
How
kids
many
is
how
crazy.
many times that work?
Most of the
It
times.
probably
every
worked like
time.
2 times so far. It probably worked like 2 times. Like, all right, you got it, man. You got it.
No,
No.
kids learn that, bro, cuz like I think my daughter did that. She did it like yesterday.
Mm.
Cuz I'm the one to I'm a sucker. My Saafir, I get it, bro. So my daughter knows what she can get away with from certain people. So
Man.
she gonna get the cereal from my wife. She gonna get a little extra cereal because she know my wife only gonna give her a little bit. She comes to me for the snacks.
Mm.
Daddy, Daddy, can I? And I'm like, I be sneaking her granola bars.
Why you get quiet, dog?
Cause my wife is in the kitchen. She already knows though. She
About to blow up
already
the whole
knows, but
operation.
like, bro, I'm so tender about my daughter, man. Like, I can't. It's gonna be so bad when she get older, bro. I already know.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting, man. I got two boys, so I already know if I'm blessed to have a girl, I know how I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm
he the only
I'm
one
not
in
ready
here with a
for it.
Mm,
girl,
I,
man.
Yeah.
yeah,
oh man,
yeah,
well, that's like, come here, boy.
yeah. I mean, I got my son. I got my son too. He just the younger one, so he kind of do whatever his sister do a little bit, but we getting through to my son. He just two, so he look up to his sister. You can just tell, But my daughter just she's been growing so astronomically, and I wanted to kind of touch on this because Safir, you said your your son has like special needs. I did kind of want to lightly touch on it because um I'm not big on letting the whole world know about what's going on internally with my family. But I talked about it before that like on this platform that I had been nervous and I started to see some kind of signs, right? And you can start and stop this wherever you feel comfortable. But like, what are some signs? So parents are out here like not neglecting the signs when they see them.
Okay, no, that's actually a very open and productive conversation to have because I'm also a very private person, and it took me a
Mm-hmm.
while to even be able to say, my son has special needs. Not even out loud
Mm-hmm.
to other people, but to myself.
To
Again,
yourself,
that's
yeah.
acceptance. Not want to believe it. I'm just trying to write everything off. He just needs more time. Maybe just time will fix everything. Time. Just give him some more time.
Right.
And sometimes it's not about time. It's about you have to take special precautions and
Mm-hmm.
be able to help. My son is 3. Currently, still he says certain words. He's definitely getting a lot better, but he was very nonverbal up
Mm-hmm.
until maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I hear him sounding out words and trying to put things together now. Um, Not really reactive. We thought
Mm-hmm.
he had an issue with his ear, or maybe he couldn't hear too well because he wasn't reacting to his name all the way up until 2.5. And at
Mm-hmm.
first, I want to write off. He's hard and he's ignoring me, but no, he's certain things he doesn't acknowledge or he doesn't react to, and it's not his fault. It's just signs that come in. Please don't snatch that down, boy. He's all over the place, and it's very overhyped. Like he gets overstimulated a lot easily. So if I'm being too loud, or even if he's maybe just too happy, he'll put his hands over his ears to try to calm
Mm-hmm.
himself down. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I didn't realize before that they were what they are, and most of it comes from his overstimulated system. So there's a lot. There's a whole spectrum of things to look out for. But for me, I just wrote everything off of. He's young, give him some time. Everything
Mm-hmm.
will sort itself out, but it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you have to acknowledge signs early and try to get a head start on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that factors into the time. So that's the part that's left out because my daughter didn't go to daycare until she was about 2, a little older than 2. And we had some of the same concerns, right? We almost thought that she didn't hear us and she covered her ears often. But then once she started to get around other children, it picked up really fast, right? But then you have people that come into the daycare and they're looking for what children need, specific needs. And once once you get past that point of all right, I have to protect my child, of course, but in order to protect them, I have to put them in the best position possible for them to succeed. And whether that be them get extra help, that could probably propel them a lot faster than me trying to do whatever I can do at home and sending them to daycare for them to do whatever. So time and consistency, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
That's funny
Absolutely.
that you said that with the whole accepting thing, because as y'all know, I work at a daycare, so we have kids on the spectrum, but it's like it's kind of hard to have that conversation with their parents and say if that conversation is had, we have some
Mm,
parents that are in denial.
mm.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
We mentioned that before, bro. That's a form of neglect. When you know a child is like, you can tell, like, if you spending time with this child more than the parent is, the parent has to take into consideration what you're observing.
yeah,
Consider it, not just, oh, he just need to get a little older. Oh, he just no, bro. You're literally neglecting the child's needs, and
yeah.
then they go into the next grade or the next stage underdeveloped. Why? Because we neglected their needs. I don't get that, bro. I don't get it.
I I
Yeah.
I definitely don't agree with it, but I understand it, and it's more so a pride thing. It's more so it's hard for any human being to
Right,
accept that somebody they created is coming into this world with disadvantages, and they're gonna
right.
have treatment, and they're just not like every other kid. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I did this before. I have an older child. Everything wasn't a cakewalk, but for the most part, normal child growing up, played outside, had friends, and yeah, no issues. Was talking early, talking probably before he came out. He won't stop talking. He's like his mom. But yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
this this go around was very different, and trying to tell myself that this is what his life is at, and we have to accept it and try to help him. It was a big ask for me because I've worked around it before with other families, and I've seen how that neglect is, and that's really what made me want to like look into it and accept it because I'm like, there's no way, there's no, I can't. You don't want to put it on yourself. It's not your fault, but you just don't want to feel like this is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
So I understand even the parents who kind of are in denial, but after a certain point, you have to just realize that it's not about you. It's about your child, and
Mm-hmm.
your child needs this help regardless of how you feel about it.
Facts.
Mm. Yeah, that's major, and we're not gonna harbor on it. But thank you for being vulnerable on our space because it's needed. Because I know people watch us and have all types of different concerns, but this is, especially in today's time, is one of the more pressing ones because back in the day, they probably had it, people. It probably was a spectrum, 80s, 90s, or whatever. But now it seems like it's more prevalent than ever, just because I guess we're just paying more attention to it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? We
Mhm.
not putting stuff on the back burner. So thank you for being vulnerable enough to share that, and hopefully somebody takes something positive from it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to express it. If I can help anybody else out to share my story and it can help them on their journey, that's really
Mm,
all I want.
nice, nice, nice. Um, yeah. Any other questions? I can go all day, but I'll let y'all jump in
Um,
there.
oh, me or the
No,
fellas here?
I was talking to Corey or Jordan.
Um,
Nah, but if you got a question,
Yeah,
definitely
if you
shoot
got a
it
question
out,
for us,
man.
yeah.
I mean, it's just my first go round here, so I just kind of want to see how everything goes. If we're
Okay.
here to tell some stories,
It's
I got stories for days. I'm really a storyteller. Oh boy, he's every day something new
all
happens.
right. So what's the worst thing the youngest one did,
The worst thing the youngest one
and the
did. Oh
oldest
man,
one
that's this week or like in
in
He
general?
said this
total.
week.
Jordan, you hear me yelling at
No,
him
I'm
all the
saying for the
time.
people
It's
I
crazy.
know, but everybody doesn't
Wait, wait,
Wait.
wait,
Time out.
wait,
Time out.
wait a minute.
know.
Before you go any further, we have a message for you guys.
I need y'all guys to Smash that like button.
Hit it.
Smash that follow button.
Bam.
Smash that subscribe button.
Do it.
Turn them noties on.
I need it.
Why? So just to let people know why this is important.
We really trying to grow this channel, man. We need all of y'all support. Every single viewer from this video, from this episode, smash that like button like Jordan said. It's going to help us grow this channel and reach new heights, reach new audience to help us grow our community like we plan to do with Fatherhood Forward.
Appreciate y'all. Hit that red button.
Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
back to the show.
Oh man, the worst thing. I don't know. He's really not a bad kid. Yeah, he's not a bad kid. He just doesn't sit down. So it's gotta be like, oh man, I'm trying to. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'll say that not the worst thing, but like definitely gave me a nice scare. Again, I cook. I get a pick my woman up from work and everything. She works overnight. She goes to sleep. So one of these days, I'm just in a rhythm. I'm in a groove, cooking, doing everything, watching after him, and he's being unusually quiet. That's y'all hear him in the background. That's not his mo. That's not what he does. He's loud. You always hear him.
He doing
So
something if he quiet.
oh yeah, so I'm looking around for him. I can't find him, and I get the surprise of my life. He got the scissors. He's trying to stick it into an outlet.
Oh.
Oh, that I ain't gonna lie. That was one time. That was one of them times where I had to tear that little ass up, and I felt bad afterwards. But it's like
You
I'd
don't
rather
got
he
them
cry than me.
John, them little
You know what I
plug
mean?
Johns.
To plug it, he chews them up. Like I have them. I have a box right here in my closet. He chews them up, and then they're no good. You can't use them no more. Like
Oh
everything.
no.
That is another sign too. My boy chews everything. Everything. Like it doesn't matter if it's a toy, if it's not a toy, right in the mouth. Everything. That's his number one stimulation.
Yeah, the mouthy is definitely one of those things for sure. So how often you co-parent, right? So your oldest son is in Florida?
Yes, he's in Jacksonville.
Okay. So working through the co-parenting journey, your son spends most of his time with his mother, I could imagine.
That's correct.
I could have, and I was raised by majority of women. I can say like I had an uncle or two who really like tried to do their best with raising me. But after a while, do y'all ever think about like being raised by a woman? Y'all think we kind of naturally pick up some feminine habits? Maybe not feminine habits, but like I don't know. Like, do we pick up like feminine energy at all?
Absolutely.
I think so. Because with how I was telling y'all with Price, all his cousins is girls. Like he doesn't have boy cousins around his age, so I gotta stay on him, like catching certain.
He need
shit.
more brothers.
He's relax. Okay. I gotta stay on him with catching little things he say. You know what I'm saying? Just keep steering him in the right direction.
Whew. I definitely seen some in my son. All of his cousins are girls. He's raised around me. He definitely was raised around me, but my mom, my grandma, my aunts, they're all there overseeing the whole situation. So for sure, it's definitely feminine habits that they pick up, and it's little thing mannerisms. Sometimes how they talk, sometimes how they react to things. We can't snap out about them because we acknowledge and we understand you're around girls all the time, so you pick up these traits. But boy, this ain't how men. This is not how men react to things, and it's such a shock to them that like they're just doing what they see is happening. But no, this isn't. Sometimes you gotta pull them out of that little playful, feminine world and show them that's not what we do as men. That's not what little boys. That's not what we're doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about you, Corey? I know he's about to say something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said it before, you only know what you're exposed to, so I think it's naturally going to happen, but I don't think it's a bad thing because I think life is going to balance you out regardless because you're not just going to be around women all your life. A lot of the stuff that we do is already in us, I think. So like you're gonna gravitate towards what you want to do regardless of what you see, and because you don't take everything that you see and do it, you know what I mean? So I don't know to kind of say like, do we pick up the feminine energy? It's like I guess I could say yeah, but I don't think it's like that much in control. I think we have more control because a lot of, like I said, a lot of the stuff that we do is just in us. It's just natural.
At what point do you establish that control though? Because you don't have control until you know who you are.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a more conscious point. Not like our kids now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think if I had to put an age on it, I'd probably say maybe around like 8. Like, if I could recall, like, yeah, because that's when I think like I'm fully conscious, like, of like everything that's kind of going on.
Yeah, these 8-year-olds nowadays, they horny.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like,
They horny, watching porn and all that.
that's crazy work.
I feel
Yeah,
targeted.
yeah.
I feel like you know my story
What
already.
what grade you in the 8th grade? I mean, at
Jesus.
8 years old,
Third,
What? Second or third grade?
second
Like,
grade.
Yeah,
yo,
something like that.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't doing nothing like that in 2nd grade. No,
Hey man, listen, these kids different.
that's crazy. 2nd
but
grade.
They
that
different, man.
only goes to exposure, man. Like, who is exposing these kids? That's
Bro,
another
I said it before.
conversation.
These kids is on the same internet we on. Like,
Yeah,
but the internet we
they on the
have
same
today
internet
versus
we
what
on.
we had when we was growing up is different. It's way
It's
different.
Way
different, bro.
different.
It's
Way different.
So for those parents today, what do you do if you have the 8-year-old son in today's time? What do you do to set the standard to let them know? Like, what do you do to set the standard?
I think you gotta
I got
limit.
4 words for you.
You gotta limit the screen
Go ahead,
time.
Jordan.
Limit the screen time and like the iPad usage. Because you don't know what they're really doing, especially if they're not supervised. You send them in the room and they on iPad or TV all day. You don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 words for you. Talk to your kid. I think that's gonna solve all of your problems. Talk to your kid early. I don't think we gotta hide them. Like, we know the reality of what's out there. Don't let them find out on their own because they already curious. If you talk to your kid, kind of set the precedence of what's, you know what I mean, what's to come, what could come. They already know, like, all right, when it do come, oh wait, you was right. Like, I can talk to you about this. Like, what is this? Like, tell me more. Like, I think if you set that standard, that foundation early, when something comes up, they'll feel comfortable to come and talk to you.
I was gonna say we all got
Yeah, I
boys
agree.
here. When when do y'all think we'll end up having that talk?
I mean, were you saying at 2nd grade? These motherfuckers.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
goalpost is moved, right, Corey? Jesus Christ.
And you got a
I've had my
12-year-old,
talk
so have you had the talk already?
Sure, Jordan, you know I've had that talk already. You know I had that talk, and he was around 9. He's definitely
Damn.
curious.
Damn.
I had another curious kid, but my situation is a little different. I caught the boy in that.
Ah,
Well, not that. I caught him watching things that he had no business watching, and
Okay.
Then
you know,
that's when
I've
it was
always,
time.
oh yeah, and I've always been a funny guy. You know, I get it. He's curious, so I ain't want to make it like a punishment thing.
Yeah.
But I caused a scene. I ain't gonna lie. So instead of walking in, wilding out, yelling at him, screaming on him, I just busted in being goofy. Oh my eyes! Oh, it's everywhere! Fell out on his ass. And then as I walked out, I said, "Try BBW," and he just sat there with the stupidest look on his face. And then we talked about it later on, and he explained to me that he was having these thoughts and his curiosities. He was looking at things, and you know, certain things seemed to look good and attract him, which I was so proud of. I couldn't say that out loud. I was like, you know what?
right.
At least I know what my
Yeah.
boy's getting into.
Yeah, right.
Be careful, because you're too young. You're too young to be knowing about
That'll
this stuff.
ease the burden for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yes. Yeah,
But
it was an uncomfortable day, but it was a proud day for me, if I gotta be honest.
the way that you handled it, though, it made him comfortable to kind of have that
Yeah,
conversation
for
with
sure.
you, and you know what I
Come
mean.
talk to me. Don't feel like if you tell me something, I'm gonna trip out and it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, that's always been my main thing with any of my kids. You can come talk to me. Um, I'm an open book. I'm big on. I'd rather talk to you now and understand than have to find out something. And now it's a
That's,
problem.
that's
Now
right.
other people know about the issue.
Got to talk
Mm,
to your kids, man.
for sure. Saafir, did you grow up with your father? Like,
Um,
did your father in your life?
I did not grow up with my biological father.
Okay.
Okay.
I grew up with my stepfather. Been a great role model. He's still around. I love the guy to death. That is my dad. I have a very complex relationship with my father, to say the least, which I will
Mm-hmm.
say has probably been my biggest motivator to be the dad that I am. That is for sure.
You ain't alone, brother.
Yeah, yeah,
Facts.
that's hands down. If I didn't have the example that I had, I I don't think I would be the dad that I am. So even though it sucks that I had to go through some things, I'm honestly thankful for it because being able to see every pivotal moment in my kids' lives is nothing I take for granted.
Mm-hmm. Definitely ain't alone, man.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's glad that you had somebody that you can regard as a father because I think like I don't know if I be watching them locked up shows and shit like that, and like
Yeah,
one of them has said like 90% of people who get incarcerated like don't have their fathers, never had like
yeah,
a role model in their lives, and I think that's the role that a consistent male figure can play in your life, regardless if that's your father or not. But he
absolutely.
can he if he means well, he's gonna save you from a lot of wasted time and mistakes. Um, and you could it's very well possible for it to be done without him, but it's easier with them. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So I'm gonna say this to all of y'all. I respect all y'all, regardless of y'all challenges, whatever we're going through in our personal journeys. It's very hard to be consistent and present.
Yeah.
Cause showing up is one thing, but being actually present and active and having conversations and being proactive about their concerns and their needs and their health issues and like, man, that shit is commendable, bro.
For
Sometimes
sure.
you need to hear that shit from your people. Like,
Hmm.
I know you doing the best that you can. I know you're not slacking at your job. I respect and I love all of you guys for being that, for sure.
For sure.
Likewise, brother.
I
Yeah.
definitely, and I definitely appreciate that. I do want to say one thing because I watched y'all show a bit too, and I heard y'all talking about trying to be the perfect parent once, and it's very interesting because nobody, no matter if you grew up with both parents, one parent, a dozen different parent, like nobody is the perfect parent. Like you said, we
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
all do
Nobody.
the best that we can, and
Mm-hmm.
as long as we do the best of our abilities to give our kids what they need, that's all it takes, man. Everybody puts a lot of pressure on themselves to be the perfect parent. You're never gonna be that. It's always gonna be somebody else that's looking at you through a lens. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have did that.
Mm-hmm.
F all that, man. Just be the best parent that you can be.
Yeah.
Facts.
Um.
Um, your girl got a kid. I don't know if you said this
Yes,
earlier in the
she.
show. How old is he?
I did not. Yes, he is an 8-year-old handful. But yeah,
Oh,
he's a
he got an 8-year-old then.
yes. Oh man, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about it.
my girlfriend does have an 8-year-old as well. He's the size of a 15-year-old. That's a big boy. I can't lie to y'all.
Mm.
But yeah, even being a stepdad, that's a whole nother journey that like you have to learn how to reposition your fatherly knowledge and try to apply it to somebody else,
Mm.
especially when they do have a dad that's also in the picture and doing his thing and doing the best that he can. But when he's there with you, a majority of the time, you have to figure out how to parent him in an appropriate manner.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like
Mm.
Let's.
growing up with a stepdad, it made the job like easy to step into?
Um, I feel like for me, it was probably an easier job to step into because I didn't have a father that was around the picture. But seeing as he does have a father who's there, somebody who could feel a way about there being another guy in the picture, it's a little bit more uncomfortable. But there just needs to be conversations that are had, and if everybody is mature in the situation, that's nothing that can't stop you from dating a woman with kids.
Mm.
I hear the misconception that you can't date women with kids or that's a hassle. I don't think that's true. I just think that everybody just needs to be an adult, have a conversation, and be on the same page.
It's usually the other way
Have you?
around.
You said it's the other way
Women
around.
don't like dating niggas with kids, man.
Nah, that's a fact. That's
You
a
know what's
fact.
funny? I never had that issue, man. Me having kids, women love that. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Women love me being a
It's the
dad.
bougie
Boy,
ones.
I guess, yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
guess.
man.
I
Oh
I
yeah.
do want to ask, like, have you ever like went to your stepdad, like, as far as advice on being a stepdad, like, have had a conversation of like his thought process of like when he stepped into it?
Oh, for sure, for
That's
sure.
what's up.
And the best advice my stepdad, or I call him my dad. Yeah, the best advice he gave me was, just understanding how he came up and seeing what the situation is, seeing if there's any correcting that needs to go on, observing how both the parents are handling situations, and if you feel like there's something that can be corrected, then build your own relationship with him so that he doesn't automatically come into this looking at you as a stepdad, but as somebody he can come to, he can talk to, just an extra parental figure. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And that's some of the best like the best advice he could give me.
Nice.
I have a very good relationship with my stepson, and yeah, just I can't lie. Like I never thought I'd be in some of these situations, but now that I'm in them, like how I'm handling them has surprised me. To be honest, I'm somebody who doesn't do too well under pressure, and whew, I'm handling it pretty okay. Boy, you
For
are going
sure.
to be a ball.
We're all around the same age.
Y'all both
I
30.
always
Damn.
oh
Y'all turned 30 this year. Like, what y'all talking about?
why he do that, dog?
Act like you won't be
Yo,
there next summer.
yeah, exactly. What's
Yeah,
up,
I'm the
bro?
last one here that turned 30. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Bro,
a great club to be in.
you like 20 days younger than me or some shit. You
It's a
alright,
great
bro?
club to be in, man. I think my mind opened up the closer I got to 30.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
I agree. Did y'all ever envision? First, it's kind of two part. Did you ever envision where you're at? Did you ever envision being further ahead in life in general? And then, did you ever envision being where you are today?
Mm.
Yeah, I could say I used to envision myself all the time being further than where I'm at today. But I just think like God has it planned for how it's supposed to go, bro. It ain't no
Yes,
point in trying
sir.
to rush a situation. You know what I'm saying? Your blessings gonna come.
Yes,
Mm.
sir.
Yeah.
I can
And
say,
to be fair, you're already blessed.
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah, I agree with what Jordan said. Like, of course, like, I envision myself, like, I guess, quote unquote, further along in my own head. But, like, even, like, just thinking about the answer, I think where I'm at now is more beautiful than what I actually envisioned because I learned
Envision.
so much
Mm,
um just from everything that I've been through. Like when you envision yourself like later down the line, you don't picture all the shit that you got to go through to get there. You
mm-hmm.
just
Mm.
picture, you just put yourself there. But
Oh,
the
we
beautiful
potting.
part is like the journey. So like I think this is way better than everything that I envisioned.
Mm. Yeah.
Absolutely. I can say I've definitely fantasized and daydreamed about where I could be, but at the same time, I just try to stay grateful for where I am now because growing up pre-fatherhood, my life wasn't really headed in the best direction. So even though I definitely have envisioned myself in a different area, um, realistically, where I was headed was nowhere near as good as I am now. So I just do my best to count my eggs and count my blessings, and to know I'm in the best possible position today from where the direction I was headed before. And
Mm-hmm.
because I know that, I sleep good at night.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let the
Man,
people
all of us, man.
let the people know what you trying to do, man. Who you trying to be?
Oh, I mean, we still got dreams and aspirations. We still I do stand up comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do my little
Nice,
Sir.
funny thing.
One of the funniest
nice,
guys I know, dog.
nice.
Stop it, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I might get a little laugh every now and again or whatever.
Yeah, nah, man. We all exactly where we supposed to be, man. As long as you know what I mean, know within yourself that you on God's time and you talk to him,
Hmm.
we exactly where we need to be, man.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely. Amen.
I never really and I'm gonna do this for my kids as they grow older.
Put the cheese
I
on
never
you.
really dreamed like that. Like not had a dream, but I never really like had a dream. Like the only thing I really wanted to do growing up was become a barber, and I obviously became a barber. But I think the lack of vision, because I never thought about being married. I never thought about being nothing more than like in my career and shit. Um, so now that I am where I am,
Mm.
I'm grateful, but maybe if I had a dream or a vision a lot younger, I could probably been a lot farther. Like I'm grateful. You get what I'm saying? Um, but I never really dreamed of anything, and I want to tell and show my kids that like, yo, it's so important to dream because you never know where you're going to end up as long as you're aspiring to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. So, like everything that you said, it probably happened that way for a reason. So you can share that with your kids, bro. You know what I
Hmm.
Right.
mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't. Yeah.
Right. I just thought about it though cuz like it it's just not nobody's fault, but like nobody around me ever said like how like the importance of something to
Yeah.
aspire to,
Hmm.
to work towards,
Well, you could
so
say being a
now
barber was your dream, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, but beyond that, like that's just like that's like I said, my career,
Yeah.
but that's just one sphere of life. It's so many other
Yeah.
things
Yeah. I get you.
around it. Like I really never thought about having kids. I never thought about being married. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that's small stuff. Aspiring to want more and do more is a whole nother thing. But
Mm.
like, and even if I wanted to be a barber, what did I look like? What does my barbershop look like? What does the people I work who I work for, my clientele, what do they look like?
Mm.
Mm.
That's all a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So
It's funny, man, because I'm sitting here thinking like, shit, sincere. he about to be 4, but he already got dreams later down the line. He be telling me all the
good.
time, like, yeah, I want to go to. But it's funny because it's so silly. Like, yeah, I want to go to work so I can buy toys. Right now, in his mind, he think like that's the only reason I go to work so I can buy him toys. Like that's the only thing that money for. Like because he save his money and buy his own toys and stuff. So he think anytime you get some money, not money is for toys. I'd be like, nah, money is for other things. So he's like, no, it's for toys.
Toys that he barely gonna play with.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, gentlemen. So it's Easter Sunday, April 20th.
A holiday to some
Real
people.
holiday.
It's a
It's the
holiday.
two
A
holiday.
holiday.
Two holidays
holidays.
for some
We
people.
get
So-
2 for 1.
So Saafir, we're not gonna hold you up too much, but 2 questions, man.
No problem. No problem.
I definitely lost the first question. No, I didn't. If you had any advice for any fathers to be, please share any advice, and also 2-part. How important is this platform for fathers and parents today?
I'm sorry.
Perfect
Can you
timing.
repeat that last question one more time? Good. You see
Perfect
what I mean?
timing.
Patience.
Give him the mic.
Patience. You know what? Patience. Right here. This is what I'm saying. Advice I have for new fathers. Number one, it's gonna get tough. Get ready to weather the storm. Don't give up. Don't at the first sight of adversity. Get ready to throw the towel in. Get ready to weather that storm. and it's a reward for it. Like you're raising little mini versions of you. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Fatherhood is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to miss a second of it. You don't want to miss a second of it. So definitely be not just be there physically, be there in the moment. Be there and cherish every single moment, man. They grow fast. Their interests shift very quickly. You know, it's so much that you can miss out on. It's a lot, and you don't want to do that. You know, you're not even just for what it's gonna do to your children, but what it's gonna do like to your soul, man. If you're a decent person, there's no way you can go through life missing out on your child's. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
definitely be there
Mm-hmm.
and get to know your kids too. Everybody's kid ain't like everybody else. Get to know your kids, man. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
some of y'all got kids that are demons and you think they're angels. They really not. They need
So
they
let's
need
talk
that belt.
about it.
They need belt to
Let's talk
ass.
That's a
about it.
fact.
You know,
They
a lot of
That's
need
a
people
belt to
fact.
they need
ass.
they need belt to ass. Get to know your kid. You might have one of those little demon YN babies.
Yo. Oh yeah. Then the second part of the question is, how important is our platform Fatherhood for fathers and parents today?
I feel like it's very important. I feel like it's essential, honestly, because we have so many outlets and resources for mothers and not enough for fathers. Like that you can think about every TV show, every podcast, everything. They're for moms. You know, they have daytime TV for moms.
Mm.
Where's the programs for fathers? They don't
Mm.
exist. What you guys are doing, I love it here, man. You know, this is exactly what more fathers need, and I feel like watching you guys' growth and elevation. I'm excited for it. Like I said, I definitely do tune into you guys. I'm definitely an avid watcher, and I feel like it's very beneficial for anybody who's either thinking about having kids or getting ready to. Very essential for them to hear other people's stories and see what they can learn and maybe pick up on some things. Learn from my mistakes. You know, they say a wise
Mm-hmm.
man says, "Learn from my mistakes, not from your own." So if there's
Mm.
something I can teach somebody, so they wouldn't have to make or go through that same hiccup themselves, I'd be glad to share it.
Thank you,
I know
man.
I definitely got some mistakes as a father, so if I can stop, somebody else from making it,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Sure.
Thank you, man. We greatly appreciate you being a part. Um, another amazing dad stories.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. With that being said, we out of here.
Catch y'all on the next one.
All right,
Stay
fellas.
by, stay by,
Thanks
Tyler.
again, bro.
See you, nephew.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all for having me.
All right.
Appreciate
And
you
we
coming
out.
on for sure.
Of course.